In our GTM variable template building journey, in this video I'll discuss about JavaScript array. JavaScript array is super important to understand if you like to build a GTM variable template. So if I type array, for example, item IDs and maybe something like this, you can see I have a item IDs with array. So if I like to access the first item of the array, we can easily do this. Just we need to write the array name, and then we need to write the third bracket. Inside the bracket, we need to put the index number of array, for example 0, to get the first item, and same way we can put the 1 for second item. So as I said before, array is a 0 index base, so it is start index 0, 1, 2, 3. Same way, if we like to get the last item from the array, we need to put 0, 1, 2, 3. So let's check. So if I put here, we are getting the 6 here, and this is perfectly fine, but some cases we are unable to know how many items in our array, or sometimes we need to access each and every item of a array. For example, in our website we have a add to cart or checkout page or view cart page. We don't know how many product a customer can add in his cart. So if we like to access each and every item of array, that cases we need to use a loop. And here I will show for each loop. By using for each loop, we can access each and every item of an array. So first I am just copy the name of the array variable, and then we need to type for is, and inside the for is we need to put the bracket same way, and in the bracket we need to put a function. This is called callback function. So this is called JavaScript function, and inside the function it can take multiple parameters, but we are putting a one parameter, maybe item ID. So this is item IDs, and by using this parameter we will access each and every item of the array. So here we will get each and every item one by one. So this is a for each loop, and first it will access this item, then this item, then this item, and so on. So let me check it. So I am here typing console.log. Actually console.log is using for show something or consoling something. So I am just copy here and paste it here, and if I hit enter, we can see is and every item in our output. So let's we take a array for items variable. So this is the items, and let me clear everything here, and this is the items array. So if we like to access each and every item and count the total items in our cart, because you can see the quantity is 2 and here quantity is 1. So if we like to calculate all of the items in our array, we can do this by using for each loop. So let's we test it. So here I am taking a variable may total items. So I am taking total items 0 for now, and then we like to access each and every item by for each loop. So I am copy this thing, and then for each, here we need to write a callback function like before, and in the function, because this is called items, and so I like to give a name item. The name what we are putting here, this is actually totally up to you, but I am putting the name item because I am given the name items here. So this is the single item. So if you put ABC, then you have to use the ABC here to access each of the item here. So I am putting the item, and first actually we need to find the total items. So the item will represent single item here and here. So this item is actually the item we can see here. So if we like to, and the item is a object. So if we like to get the quantity, so we can get this way. So item quantity, this is the item and this is the value. So we already know how we can access a object property. So this is the object, we need to type the object and then dot, then property name. Our case the property name is quantity. So this is quantity or item quantity. And now if I console.log here, we should see we are getting all of the quantity here. For first item we are getting quantity 2 here, and for second item we are getting the quantity 1. Actually we need to calculate all of the quantity here, so I'm just copy the total item is right now 0. So I just put here this is the total item equal total item plus quantity. So actually we are updating the total item. Right now it was 0 and now I am updating. For example, in your pocket you have 10 taka and then I have given 5 taka. Now you need to add 10 plus 5. This is something like that. So total items was 0. Then we are getting the quantity here. We are adding the quantity with total item and the inserting it or updating it with our existing total item. So now if we hit enter and check our total items here, you see we are getting 3. So this is the for each loop. For each loop is very important. Using for each loop, we can access each and every item. Now we will discuss about map. Map is actually change the item of array or remap item of array. For example, if I go to my code snippet, you can see our item ID look like this. But if we like to make it look like this or look like this, we need to use map function. Map actually keep all of the item total number of array items same, but it will change the item of the array. So let's we check it. So we have already items array in our variable. So this is the items, just we have inserted it. We have right now 2 items. Our target is to change item. We will keep all of the items same, but we will change the item pattern or structure. So for example, if I take this thing and then map, and it also take a callback function here same way as for is, and it also take a parameter. I am putting the name item, and right now if I see the output, it is showing undefined. Actually inside the callback function, we need to return something, and the returning something will replace the existing value. So for example, if I return here hello, you can see in the output we are getting hello, but because we have 2 items in array, so we are getting 2 hello, but our case is actually if we like to make something like that case we need to return the item ID. So here we need to collect the item ID. So if we like to collect the item ID, we need to copy the item, then item underscore ID, and then we need to return the item ID. Now you look, we are getting exact same thing how we are getting. So if I like to assign this information in a variable, we can type something like this item IDs. So now hit enter, and if I check our item IDs, we are getting exact same thing how we expected. Same way we can make our items array this type to this type. So let's we make the content using map function. So here let me to get the code, and then content, and here you can see this is the item.map. Now actually we need to create another object. So we are getting the item ID, and we also need the quantity, because if I come here, you can see we have two properties of object. This is the ID and this is the quantity. So let me go and collect the quantity. So item quantity. So this is ID, this is quantity of item. So now we need to create another variable. Maybe we can give it name content, and it should look like this. And this is ID. ID should be collected from here, and then comma, and then quantity, and quantity should be collected from this variable. So this is the thing. If you like, you can break this object this way for readability. Sorry, for readability, but it is perfectly fine if you write it in a single line. Now we need to return the content here, and this should be contents, and that's it. Now if I check it here, we are getting a new array, and this is perfectly fine. We are getting ID, and this is the quantity. And if we like to make this type of array, so our first value is collected from our item, and second value is a hard coded value. You can do this easily, so let's make it like this. So I'm clearing everything here for show the thing more clearly, and we have already this kind of thing. So little tips here: if you press the up arrow in your keyboard, you will get the code which you have previously typed. So if I up arrow, we are getting all of the code what we have previously written. If I down the down arrow, it will reback to the our code. So I am putting the up arrow, we are getting the code here. So let me change this name as how the name here, the remarketing item. Just send it here. We don't need this thing, we only need item. And this part, actually this is the hard coded value, we can directly replace this thing, and that is the thing. And if I check the remarketing item, we are getting the remarketing item array. So this is the map. Actually map will keep exact same item of array, but it will change the item structure, how we will return from here. Now the code we have written here, if you like to use this code in our Google Tag Manager, it is very easy. I'm just copy this code from here, and I'm going to Google Tag Manager. And if we like to create a new variable, so remarketing items, and I'm just clicking here, we need to click the custom JavaScript, and here actually we need to write a function first. This is a function, and then we need to return the value here. I am just paste all of the code here, and finally we need to return our output this way. And here actually this value will come from our data layer variable, so I am changing this value this way. Items, I have created a data layer variable. This is the thing, and this is a dynamic value will come from our data layer, and rest of other thing is perfectly fine. Now if I save this thing and check our output, and I'm going to preview, connect, and I am clicking view card, and if I come here, this is my view card with event prefix. And if I check our variable and if I scroll down, we are getting the remarketing items exact same way. And now finally we need to know how we can insert new value in an array. So if I go back to our items IDs, so this is our items IDs. You can see right now we have two item ID. So if we like to insert another item ID with this variable, that case we need to use the array push function. And here we need to use actually the value we need to insert here. So I just put it here, just paste it here, and then we need to change something like that or something like that. And if I hit enter, you can see this is showing 3. That means now we have 3 items in our array. So right now if I hit enter, we are getting the 3 items in an array. And we already familiar with the array push, because if we like to make a custom GTM data layer, that cases we write data layer dot push for creating a custom event. Exact same way in an array we can push new item. Just we need to type the array name dot then push, and we need to insert a value that array. And if we like to know how many items in our array, that case we need to put our array name and then we need to use the length. Then we are getting the 3. Right now we have 3 items in our array.